Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Jacqueline Alicia here on My Simple Girly Things. Today we did something else that's super fun and simple, this holiday makeup look. You want to see how I did it? Stay tuned. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and watch to the end. I have some bloopers in there, as well as give me a thumbs up. Share this video, like it, and subscribe. If you are not new to my channel, thank you so much for coming back and joining us. Again, Jacqueline Alicia on My Simple Girly Things. Let's celebrate the holidays together. First things first, I want to explain to you guys that I have done a couple of things off camera. Teeth whiteners. So I have those on. I also put on a little bit of CyMe Lip Balm, and then I did my eyebrows. So if you see a little bit of redness in here, it's because I plucked. That's it. So we're going to get started right away. First things first is my Hydro Grip Primer. I'm going to use this along with my Melanie Mills. Okay, you guys have seen this before, but I feel like I should show you. I'm just gonna jump right in to this makeup look. Okay, next steps are brows. Per usual, I have my brow microfilling pen in the color Deep Brown. I also have my brow wiz. This is in the color Dark Brown. And of course I have an angle brush and a spoolie with a spoolie on the end. And this brush is by Lavish. It's called a brow groomer. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for right now. Okay, so I off camera removed the teeth whiteners, so you're not gonna see that anymore. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, which is concealer. We're gonna do concealer, and then we're gonna conceal our eyes and then start that step. So for concealer on my eyes, I am going to use my Louise base in the number Rumor 04. I'm going to go in with that on top of the lid. For my skin blemishes, because I have quite a few right now, I'm going to use my Pat McGrath concealer. It is in M18. And then for under my eye, I'm going to go ahead in with my Tarte Shape Tape. It is in the color 37G. And then of course, after all of that, I'm gonna go into my foundation, but we'll get into that later. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the P. Louise on top of my hand, and I'm gonna add this onto my eyelid. I'm gonna use a brush that doesn't have a name necessarily, but it's kind of, well, it's definitely flat and it's dense, but it's definitely gonna work to spread this out over the eye. I'm not gonna use my finger for this because the P. Louise, it really covers, and I wanna make sure that it's even. And so I'm gonna use a brush for this. All right, so in addition to adding this P. Louise from my lid, I also used it to highlight my brow bone, which I suppose you can do if you really want to carve your brows out. I want to. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to go on top of my brow as well, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the end result. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set my eyes with some setting powder, and then we're gonna get into the eye look, which is gonna be really simple, but nice. All right, so for the eyes, we're gonna use the Nubian by Juvia's Place palette. Looks like this. Juvia's Place products are so good. This is what the palette looks like. It's beautiful, and as you can see, I use it quite a bit. These are all neutral colors, and the reason why we're gonna do a neutral eye today is because the lip is gonna pop a bit. So this is the palette we're gonna work with. And for starters, I'm gonna go in with this color right here. It's a matte color. It's definitely not my skin tone. This probably would be it, but I wanna start with this one, and I'm gonna build up the eye look and give it some depth. So I'm gonna start here and then work my way into this color. You guys are gonna see exactly what I mean when I say build it up. So I'm gonna start again with this color right here, and I'm going to use my Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name or a number on it, but I'm gonna use this brush. It's really fluffy, it's angled, so it'll get right into my eye crevices, if you will. That way I can get that color all over my lid. Okay, next color is that really pretty brown that I talked about before. I'm gonna dip into that now, and I'm not gonna go all over my lid. I'm just gonna go right a little bit below the brow bone, and I'm just gonna start packing that on to create a shadow for what we're gonna do next. Okay, so as I stated before, Juvia's Place, their pigment, it's amazing. I'm sure you can see the difference. You can see that peachy light color at the top, and then you can see that nice brown color right here, right in this area that's creating the shadow. So I'm going to change my brush now, and I'm going to go into a more precise brush. I'm probably going to use this Morphe R37 brush. It's nice and fluffy, but it has like I guess it has somewhat of a point, and I'm gonna get a little bit more precise into my brow. I'm gonna use some darker colors. I'm gonna make my way down to this color here. I'm gonna focus this color a little bit lower than we did the previous color. And I'm only gonna come in halfway. Okay, so now, because I have hooded eyes, it's very important for me to make sure that I look down sometimes when I'm applying color, and I look up like I would normally be looking at someone, because I need to make sure that the color doesn't get lost inside my fold. So if you have hooded eyes, a good technique is just to make sure that you look down, apply the color, but then also look up again and continue to apply the color to make sure that it can be seen. Okay, so as you can see, there's a gradient effect going on already, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And we're gonna now move into just a bit more precision, bit of a darker color, and we're gonna focus right on the edge of the eye. For this, I'm going to use my my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34 brush, and this one is very similar to the previous, but it's a little bit more skinnier and it has more of a point, and that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to dig into the darkest shade here, this one in the corner. I'm going to be super careful because it's dark. And I'm keeping my eye open and looking so I can see the placement. Okay. All right, so now you see all the colors there, and it's beautiful. It's like a smoky type of natural look, and that's what we're going for the eye. We still want it to pop, but we want it to be natural. So now we're gonna go into more of a copper tone, I guess you can say, copper, red, pink. It's this one right here. I'm gonna use a different brush though. I'm gonna use the Morphe R39 brush. It's more flat, and that's because I want to just place this particular color right here on my lid. And that color is this, once again. Yes, I'm doing weird faces. It's okay. Make the face you need to get the job done. Okay, next color, and probably the last color. We're just gonna go into this color right here. And I'm also gonna add some of this color because it's the corner. And I really want the corner to be shimmery. So for this particular step, adding both of these colors, I'm gonna wet this brush. And this is another Morphe by Jaclyn Hill. It is the JH48. It's flat and it has a curved tip. So I'm gonna spray it with my Melanie Fruit Fetish Make It Last Mango Coconut Scented Setting Spray. Here we are right here. A lot comes out. We'll just edit this part out because I'm just getting this off of the thing here. Okay, so we have our wet brush, and I'm going to first dip into this color here, and then a little bit of that. All right, you guys, what do you think? I think it's very pretty. And we are going to finish the eye by smoking the bottom lash out, but we just gotta do a little bit more, just a few more steps, okay? All right, so let's get to it. Off camera, I did one eye, did a very small wing. As you can see here, I used black instead of the brown that I really love because I definitely want the colors to pop, but I also want the black to pop. So I used black. And for the black, it is the Rare Beauty. The color is, well, I don't know if this is the color. Honestly, it says Perfect Strokes, but I'm not sure if that's the color. It's black though. And what I wanted to share with you guys on this eye is a technique that I learned in making the liner. If you take your brush to the side and you close, for me, because my lashes kind of curl back, take your brush to the side and you stamp, you can really get a good line. I am laying my brush to the side, I'm stamping, and then when I get to the inner part, I'm kind of sketching, if you will. Now I'm filling in the spaces, if there are any. And doing kind of like a cleanup. I'm still laying this brush though along my lash line, just in case. I don't want to mess anything up. Alright, and so for the little small wing, I just start down here at the bottom and fill it in. Do a bit of a measure, the other eye. And voila. I hope that was helpful. Okay, so next step is, let's go with concealer. Let's get these spots and blemishes together. We'll blend that out. And what we're gonna use is the Pat McGrath concealer. And again, that's in color M18. I have a sponge here that is from Morphe. It feels like velvet. It's my first time using it, so we're gonna see how this works out. So far, so good. Next step is concealer. And for concealer, we're gonna go in with the Rare Beauty in the color 380W. Has this really large, cool looking doe foot. I'm just gonna place it directly on my face. I know some people would be like, oh my God, don't do it. Contamination, but I'm doing it. Gonna use that same sponge. I love this foundation. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now let's go in with some concealer under the eye. I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape, again in the color 37G. Same sponge. Don't you just enjoy the brightening effect that this concealer gave? Okay, we're almost there, guys. So the next step now, we're gonna go in with a little bit of setting powder under the eye to make sure that that doesn't crease. And then we're gonna move into bronzer. So to set my under eye, I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced. This is the Born This Way Translucent Setting Powder. I take it into my hand. I'm gonna take that same sponge and I'm gonna dip, tap, and press. So again, dip, tap, press. Okay. All right, so Holy Grail type of a cream bronzer is by Fenty Beauty. It is the 04 Honey Glaze. I love this too. So I'm just gonna go right into this. This is the color, by the way, if you wanna see. I am going to, shouldn't be talking. Okay, this is the color right here. I'm going to use my Alamar brush, and it is a brightening brush, but I'm going to use this because I really want to be precise with my cream contour. So I'm dipping in And starting up top here, working my way to the forehead. Okay, so the same steps, or places rather, that I use that cream bronzer in, I'm going to do the same thing with the powder. But before I do that, I'm going to get my cream blush on my face as well. For that step, we're going to use the Rare Beauty blush. It's called Love. And I'm going to go ahead with a Fenty 125 base brush. It's angled. I use this for just this because it dries down so fast, and you really need something that's dense and quick working for this blush. So do a dab over here, boom, and start blending. All right, we are getting close, okay? So all of my brush strokes took away a lot of the baking, so I'm gonna do that now, and then we're gonna apply the rest of our powder products to our face. For that step, I'm gonna go in with my Sigma Concealer Blend Kabuki brush in the number F79. This way I can get right under here really good. Okay, put this to the side. I'm gonna dig into some powder bronzer, which is my Bobbi Brown. There you go. It's in the color Bali Brown, number 5. And it's an illuminating bronzing powder. And it most definitely has been loved. I'm hitting pan, but it's okay, it still does the trick. Lastly, but not leastly, for the powder to the face is a powder blush. For that I'm going to use a Morphe palette. It is a blush palette. It has a lot of sweet colors in it. And for today, I'm going to go in with Provocative, which is the more red orange shade. I'm going to use an old, very old angled blush brush. It's called Jessup, but gosh, if I could tell you guys how old this blush brush is, you'd probably wonder how I still have it. Super young when I got this. All right, here we go. So now that we have most of the powder on the face, we still have to set the entire face, but before I do that, I really want to tackle the eyes one more time, and that is the lower lash area along with some mascara. I'm going to go back into the Nubian by Juvia's Place palette, and I have 2 different brushes here that I'm going to use. I'm going to use that one brush that we use for the inner corner, that JH 48, and then this one does not have a name, it's just an older brush. So we're going to start with the older brush, and we're going to go into the corner here first with the darkest shade that we used in the palette, which is this one right here. We just want to continue to smoke the eye out, so we'll do that by bringing it to the bottom. And I only went into the corner, as you can see on this eye. I brought it down a bit too. So the next one I'm gonna go into is that bronzy color right here on the corner. I'm going to attach this color to the color we just put down and drag it to the middle. All right, last step under the eye, we're gonna go in with this lighter shade here that we did before. And we're just gonna tap both of those and put it into, not the inner corner, but just this area here. So bring it all together. Okay, so we have the eyes semi-complete. We just need to add mascara. Next up for the eyes, mascara. I'm using the Thrive Cosmetics brand, and this is called Liquid Lash Extensions. It is amazing. You guys have seen me use this before. I love it. Love it. I have yet to have a mascara that's better than this. One eye complete. You see the difference? It really is amazing. It is. Officially, the eyes are complete. Now, if we can just go ahead and put our brow set on our brows, we're gonna use my beloved MAC Boy Girl. I'm gonna set my brows. Messed up a little bit. Swept that away. All right, you guys, so now I'm gonna set my entire face, and to do that, I'm gonna use the Sephora brand. It is called Micro Smooth, and it's in the color Matte Tan 40. I'm gonna use my powder blush brush by Sigma. It's F10. I don't want a real big brush. I just want a little small one. We're just gonna dust the face. All right, now for the fun part. The lips. I learned a little technique about how to get the perfect or sort of perfect red lip. And how you do that is you put a little bit of concealer on your lips, rub it in to get a matte, even skin toned lip, and then you put the red color in the middle. I'm going to show you now. For my lip, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Pat McGrath, okay? And actually, let me wipe my lips off. For this technique, I'm going to go ahead and use a Pat McGrath concealer. Ooh, this is looking crazy, y'all. Oh my goodness. Step 1. Step 2, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with the MAC Deverish. Okay, that gave us like an outline. Now I'm gonna add the red. You ready? I'm not. So I have 4 different types of reds in front of me. I have the MAC lip gloss. It is the Ruby Woo. I have the Fenty Beauty Heat in the color Hot Cherry. I also have, I believe this is from Sigma. It is. It's a liquid lipstick and it's called Venom. And then I have a Fenty Beauty cream color and it's called Gloss Bomb. No, it's called Fruit Snacks. So I think I should go in with the liquid. I think I should go in with the liquid lipstick, Venom, and this is Sigma. I know that it'll dry down. Okay, what do you guys think? I think it's pretty. It's very different. It's very bold. I'm not used to this, but for the holidays, I think I can get with it. Okay.
Move back off.
Just go in your room. It's okay. I'm almost done. Okay, guys. The very, very, very last step is sealing the deal. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and use our Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Spray this all over my face. Let that dry down and we should be good to go. All right, everybody, this is the complete look. We have sprayed the face. We let the hair down. I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? If you are new to my channel and you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, share it. And you can also make comments if you'd like to as well. And if you are not new to my channel, thank you so much for being here, for continuously being here. You can go ahead and give me a thumbs up too, comment, and share. And lastly, but not least, as I always say, just remember you are your very best self right now in this moment. And please don't allow anything or anybody to change your mind about that. If you remember it, we can continue to cultivate a world of peace and togetherness. And by the way, don't forget about your neighbor, okay? All right, you guys, I will see you in the very next upload. Happy holidays. And it was so much fun doing this with you. Take care. Bye. Okay, so this is the end result. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in and add some, what am I going to add? What is this called? Okay. Next step for the eyes is mascara, and this is the last step. No, it's not. If you notice, I'm keeping everything really high to lift the face up because that's the kind of look that we want to go for today for the Christmas look. All right. What's my next step?
Holiday, please. Holiday look.
What did I say?
Christmas.
Oh, okay.